All right. Does anybody want to give a really fast recap? Because we just spent an hour talking.
We're gonna die.
We spent the last session basically trying to find out information about the bite because we originally came here to the pit because this is where the Night of Long Knives is occurring, which is going to be tomorrow in game, and we were tasked to learn more about it. So there's the bite has kind of spread. The bite is coming out, and it's go within like it goes up to at least 30 miles, or as far as 30 miles away from the
Black
pit,
Pit.
the Black Pit. So we spent the session basically trying to find out more information. We talked to uh Elzen and Faldurin. We're trying to find a map at the market, where we got a lead to talk to Valanda the Huntress, because she might know more since she kind of forays out into the wilderness more frequently. She uh she told us to visit Karsek, which is an eccentric hermit that lived like 5 miles out of town. Um, before we decided to go out to Karsek, we went into we received an invitation to get into the Keep to Kundarak. So Owlson decided to take it. We met with the lady de Kundarak. I forgot her first name.
Deleuze.
Deleuze. We met with Deleuze de Kundarak and Abelard de Cannith, who was talking to purple glowing crystal that was underneath his shirt, or at least we assume it was a crystal. Um, he was very interested in learning about and hearing about the undead, like the will o' the wisps that were coming out of the church that was surrounded by the bite. Pebble was glad to tell him everything he knew, but without any filter. Um, we eventually weren't able to find any more of a map, um, or any kind of leads on a map. We learned that the bite is being called a manifest analogous zone. That's their official term. And Abelard de Cannith went away. He has a Zeppelin. He went away in a Zeppelin, which we saw trek across the sky. I think we learned at some point that maybe it was from Karsek that she had more information about when the day the bite started or the night before, and she saw like that Zeppelin or something like it flying in the sky and something drop out of it and like a blinding light. So, but then after we left, I think we said goodbye. We had a moment where we said goodbye to um forgot her name, but the person Lita.
Right.
Uh, we said goodbye to Lita, caught up with her, then headed to Carsex. She was very crazy, and
You don't know she was crazy. She just saw invisible pixies and was sure she's being tormented by them.
she was
But
very
who knows?
sure. Yeah, she was very erratic, I guess would be a more correct phrase. But yeah, she told us about the day that happened, and eventually we were no longer wanted. Uh,
Right. She also told you where she saw the flash.
yeah, it was a pit like 20 miles away. So then we were debating on whether or not we go to that pit and check that out, but we wanted to be in the area for the Night of Long Knives. We debated on a hilltop and ended up deciding just going into Dekundarex, back to the Dekundarex Keep, to see if we could just stay there for the night. Um, there was a whole like we were there was a whole other piece where there was the dwarves or like the survivors of the caravan that the rest of the group murdered were coming back to town. So I forgot, was it Thaldurin who would talk to a fly and told them to wait and they'd get gold? Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, yeah.
So they were waiting, like Lee was like waiting out on the gate, waiting by the gate, and saw them kind of milling about, uh, not coming into town. Eventually they did though, and when we went to the keep where we ended the session, Delise de Kunderek came out and grabbed with her guards and said arrest them. And she has Elzen caught in like a handshake.
So that is what happened. But make me anybody who wants to can make me an insight check.
Oh, that 4 did nothing for me.
Oh, I do have insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Lee and Pebble, obviously Thaldarin and Elzin are not sure about this, but Lee and Pebble, you get the sense from looking at her that she thinks she's protecting Elzin. That her gaze is really on you, even when especially when she says arrest them, and she's trying to get Elzin away from you.
Okay.
But as you are standing there, she yanks him away and tells her guards to take you into custody. She follows up and says, "Surrender and you won't be harmed. You'll get a fair trial." And now Pebble, you're muted, Mike. Pebble was going to tackle her. That was his initial reaction.
Oh yeah, but with that, he would not. But
Wait, we're here because we we're here to save everybody. We got the thing that's gonna happen tonight. We need people are gonna die.
That's not a threat.
Why would it be a threat? We came here to deal with it.
You attacked my caravan. We have direct reports of you, especially Pebble, having thrown one of my men to his death. I don't know. I don't remember if she knows your name, so she didn't say your name.
That was an unfortunate accident. Did not mean to hurt anybody, but he's trying to run me over with a horse.
It's true.
Because you were attacking the caravan.
We were just trying to get the caravan.
I'm not trying to kill him.
As I said, you'll get a fair trial.
Well, wait. There's something coming and it's gonna be very bad for everyone.
What do you mean something's coming?
Something's coming. It's gonna kill a lot of people. That's why we
And-
came back here. If we
Where'd that
gotta
airship
stop
go?
it.
The airship is away on Abelard's business, and none of your concern. I
We
want
came
my
back
sphere. I want my sphere returned, and anything else you stole from the caravan.
We don't have a sphere.
I know that
Okay.
it was taken from the remains. There's no way that a simple explosive rune spell was going to destroy that sphere. And the guards, when they recovered, didn't find it in the wreckage. Obviously, you set the explosion off, and someone carried the sphere away.
We don't have a sphere.
Spear. I'm like, what spear? We didn't take a spear.
Hey, you mean that thing that we gave that girl?
What thing that you gave to what girl?
Lee just takes a seat. Just
I don't know what it was. I don't remember what was going on. I just know that there were people there, and there was a thing, and we were in that place. It smelled weird because they had all the different stuff in the different jars and stuff. And then there was that person. They got that weird head thing. 'Cause there were things moving under there, and then something. We had the thing, and then she had the thing.
I look up.
That's
I looked at Lisa. I'm like, do we seem threatening to you?
obviously looks can be deceiving, and I can't imagine this one is as dim-witted as he pretends to be.
I
That
can assure
sphere,
you. I can assure you, he is as he comes.
As he appears to be.
I am. I am.
Pebbles
I'm Pebble. Nice to
Pebble
meet you.
does the merest concept of a filter eludes Pebble.
The creature knows nothing of deceit.
a strange way to protect us from whatever dangers you claim are to come. Attacking my caravan, stealing my goods, representing thousands of gold, tens of thousands of gold worth of my investment. And now conveniently you're here to save me.
Well, we're
You'll be
here to
Not, not
save
just
searched.
you.
everybody. You
You'll be
are part of
searched.
everybody.
You'll be searched and held. And if you did nothing wrong, if you're truly as altruistic as you claim, you'll be released.
But well,
The thing
that
the
the
thing
thing
is
is,
happening tonight.
yeah.
yeah.
This we can promise.
Hey,
How
there,
would you
there's a,
know what is to come if you're not
Because we're from
somehow a
the
part of it?
future, okay? I mean, isn't it
Oh, of
obvious?
course. Of course you are.
And you're the
wh-
cause of all this. So,
wait. Did we go
At this
back in
point,
time?
by looking around, you realize these guards are very similar to the ones you fought previously, although you don't see any familiar faces. She has three of these pikemen with her, but around you there are probably more than 2 dozen or more than a dozen pikemen, all of whom seem to be sort of advancing in from the far outlines of this garden that you're in. Do you surrender, or must we come to blows? We can search your possessions when you're unconscious or dead just as easily as we can
yeah,
while
yeah,
you're
yeah. Just
awake.
take, Lee starts taking his stuff off. Like, just take it. Just take it. Just, whatever. I mean, you're not going to believe us anything we say. Just go ahead. You'll probably
But
kill
we
us anyway. So,
we came back to help everybody.
Some people don't
Pebble, they
want to be
don't want our
helped.
help. They don't care. They don't want our help. They're going to fuck everything up. So, don't worry about it. Maybe we'll get a trial. Maybe we won't. Maybe they'll murder us in our sleep. Who knows?
Maybe they'll
If I
die
give
before that even happens.
It'll
Killed
be
by
it'll be a
whatever's to come.
circus. We're already guilty, so just don't worry about it.
So her guards begin to sort of circle around the party and take manacles off of their belts.
Okay, sure, go manacles. Yep, and then you'll slit our throats. Okay.
So is anybody resisting?
No.
I'm kind of looking at everybody else's, uh, but also, I guess Pebble would be curious if she would hurt us if we got like if they lock us up if she's really just gonna use that as an opportunity to beat on us.
Make me an insight check. Message sent. So they don't have
Wait,
manacles out
where
for
did you
Elzen.
send it?
Should be in roll 20.
I didn't see it.
That's weird. Oh, I'm talking to myself.
Happens all the
Happens to the best of us.
time.
Now you should see it.
Okay.
But her guards are not approaching Elzen, and there's only three guards that are right next to her. So they don't seem to have any intention of putting manacles on Elzen.
I just sort of like go to hand over my glaive and like, don't lose that. Uh,
So
our lives might be in your hands, friend. Looking over to Elzen.
she turns to Elzen and says, I'm going to have to detain you too, I'm afraid. I don't know what your role in this was, but you'll be treated better than your friends. You'll have your own cell. We can get you somewhat better accommodations, and hopefully we can get this cleared up quickly. If your men acted on their own, as it seems possible they did, obviously you can't be blamed for that, though perhaps you should hire better help in the future.
They're as good as they come, but very well.
There's gonna be bad things here tonight, and yeah, it's gonna get real bloody. It's not gonna be good.
From one of the far doors, you see the tailor who you were staying with comes out. And although the tailor did walk with a little bit of a hobble due to age, he's no longer hobbling as he comes up to Lord de Kundarak and says, I checked the tailor's house and I didn't see anything there. I don't think they stashed any of their belongings there, though they might have other hiding places in the village somewhere. And you see he looks at you and smiles and shifts back into his normal changeling form.
Whoa, how do you do that?
And he looks at you and says, It's a gift.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Um, unless you can already do it, I'm afraid I don't know how to teach it to you.
Oh, that's okay.
Uh, he whispers something to Lord de Kundarak. She looks out at the four of you and says, You'll be taken to a cell. I will be down to question you shortly. Several other guards come and circle around you and lead you off out one of the side doors and then down a set of stairs. When eventually you're put in cells. Three of you are put into a cell by yourself. It's actually rather dingy. Um, there are no real beds. They are not even cots. There are large bales of hay that you imagine you're supposed to sleep in. You can see Elzen in the cell next to you through the bars. Elzen's cell has like a light and a table and chair and a bed, but he is there on his own.
I probably would have been talking to some of the guards that were escorting us. Uh, Basically just telling them, hey, if you have any family or anyone you care about in town, I would recommend that they leave.
And what do you imagine is going to happen tonight?
I don't rightly know. I just know that it is happening.
The monsters are gonna come.
What monsters?
Oh, that's a monster.
I think we're safe enough in the keep.
You might be, but everyone
I would
outside
agree.
won't be.
Yeah.
How big are the bars? Like the space between the bars?
The space between the bars is about 6 inches.
Okay.
And they do take all of your equipment from you. So you're left essentially, and I assume people have like undergarments, except maybe Pebble and Lee, who were with the feathers. But you see, they carry it away into a room beyond, or at least through a doorway beyond.
Like
Elzen,
they
Any
wait, they strip us down like we're not even wearing clothes.
Like I said, if you're wearing underclothes, then they would have left those on. And I just don't know if Pebble needs them, what with the feathers.
Hmm.
on
um,
the ice? Any
did
chance
they-
I swayed any of those guards to do anything?
You can make a persuasion check. I would say at disadvantage. They think you killed one of their friends.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah, you're not certain you've persuaded any of them to do anything. You gave a good enough argument that maybe you're making them nervous, but if they're going to change their behavior, hard to say.
sure. Yeah, I figured they probably wouldn't, but I just want it on their minds.
so Elzen has a necklace that is made of kind of a pinkish hue. It's like a locket of a pink, made of like a pink gemstone, which would be like an Eberron dragon shard or look like one. Would they, and if they try to take it, he would he would try to prevent them, not like forcefully, but try to persuade them not to. It's a it's a sentiment of sentimental value.
They so make me a persuasion check. I would say you get advantage because they're not actually sure you did anything yet. So they will let you keep that. In fact, they probably would let you keep anything that can't be obviously used as a weapon. Like they definitely would have taken your rod because you could club somebody over the head with it.
Oh,
Uh,
he doesn't. So his rod is like hidden. Like he's never shown it to Lord de Kundarek. Because like
okay,
Okay, it's
where
a
is it
different kind
hidden?
of stream.
so like he like pulls his
Brought to you by Pornhub, as always.
his
Tell us about the pink veins in your rod.
gladly. You see there are these veins, but
Hmm.
no, but like yeah, how
His
I
big his big black rod.
went.
What are those two orbs below it?
Ah, those are the
So
focus.
how is it hidden? Like they're still searching through your stuff enough. Like if you were wearing armor, they would take that too.
So I guess how I've always like how I've so far played the rod is that like he doesn't carry it around with him per se. Like he like pulls it out of the ground. Um, which is just kind of in flavor because of the
Hmm.
whole like Eberron patron thing. So like but he has never pulled it out of the ground to like use it. He like usually he has done it before like combat or before a fight, but he hasn't done it like in the keep or in front of Kundarak. So
Right. So what I'm just figuring out is if they searched you, would they have a chance of finding it? Or
it's pretty big. Like he wouldn't have like he would have to have it on his person. Um because it's
here's what I'll say. If you flavored it, and I remember you did flavor it as you pulling it out of the ground, which I think is cool. You can make me a stealth check to see if they can find it against, they will make essentially a perception check to see if they can figure out you have it. What is their
okay.
perception?
Nope.
It's looking good for the dwarves. Yes,
Yeah.
they're able to discern that you have it. So they take the rod away with your other offensive or defensive equipment.
That actually might be all right. I'm pretty sure the rod has some property that like it can't be taken away. Uh, let me look. I remember it's something like it if it's taken away, it just like appears in his hand again.
Would certainly fit better with the pulling it out of the ground flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds kind of like the Eldritch Knight's weapon bond.
See, I don't remember what I wrote about this. I may have been thinking about the possibility of him being disarmed, like
Yeah.
in combat disarmed. And so it might be like the Eldritch Knight thing, or might have gone off script and done something odd. But while he looks for that, as I know the description of that thing is long. Uh, so as you're sitting in this
Well,
cell,
wait, because with Pebble, when they get to, he would be fine with them taking everything, but then once they get to his lucky stone, he'd be like, "Wait, no, no, I can I please hold my stone? Can I please hold
how
my stone?"
how big is the stone?
I imagine it's like this big, like the size of a quarter, maybe.
Yeah, if it's a pebble, so you can make me a persuasion check with advantage. If it's pebble, they're not necessarily that concerned about it. If it's like, giant cluck you on the head rock size, then maybe. So 16 is enough. They let you keep the tiny stone.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, it's not like you're gonna kill somebody with that.
No, I don't want to make it dirty.
So you see there are three guards in the room watching over you. The bars look pretty sturdy. This is all dwarven construction, and the bars themselves seem as though they're made of steel. So as you sit there, the guards go into the through the doors on the far side of the room, and then a couple minutes later they come out and leave, leaving you to the tender mercies of the three human guards who are standing in front of you. You notice whatever's through that door, it seemed well lit when they opened it up, or at least there was a torch nearby. But it's dark when they come out again. After about an hour sitting there in Thalder and Lee and Pebble's cell, you see a curious rat comes running in and seems to run up to Pebble.
Oh, is this my new friend? Hi, friend.
And he goes to boop it on the nose.
You notice there is something like wrapped around its neck.
Ooh, what's that you got there? Can I see it?
It looks like it's some sort of leather cord, like more like almost like a little bit of a collar. It's thick enough, but it seems to be tied onto the rat around its throat.
Oh, is this your little clothes? Is that what you got there, your little clothes? Ah, you're so cute. What's your name? Hmm.
It continues to squeak at you, seeming either not wanting to talk to you or not knowing how to talk. One or the other.
You'd hear Alzen, Pebble, send it over here. Perhaps I can communicate with it.
Almost immediately upon hearing that, the rat scurries over to Elzin.
Oh
Bye
yeah.
bye. See you
Okay.
later, friend.
All right. This is his accent. Ah, yes, it's a friend. It is good to see you.
The guards just let this happen.
The guards notice that there's a rat in your cell, but this is the cells.
Okay.
Probably not the first rat they've seen.
So Elzen has beast speech. Uh, so he casts speak with animals.
I need to stick something real fast.
We just hear a whole bunch of squeaking going on from his cell.
You're Doesn't take long to go insane.
The man truly has lost it.
Make me an
Prison
insight
life is
check.
not for him.
Insight.
Okay, that's good enough. I was going to say or Arcana, but
No, I have proficiency in insight. That was a good one for me. Thought speak talking with animals is always a good thing to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, really fuck with that DM. I had to play a shrub that somebody cast speak with plants with. I let it be the lone living shrub in this forest that the party accidentally burned down. They accidentally set fire to a forest. A good swath of it is destroyed. They were coming back through it after the fact, found this bush, and then they cast speak with plants on it because of course they did.
It was the chosen shrub.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, this shrub, it has never spoken before. It has never communicated in such a way. It's going to start naming things.
that's funny. Like Adam in Genesis, it starts naming all the animals.
Yep. So it was naming all the party members first.
What was I forget the thing, but I remember it from Critical Role that they cast speak with plants, and so they wound up
The
having this.
Henry the Crabgrass.
Yes, they had a long conversation with Henry the Crabgrass, who didn't
Yeah.
know he had a name
Yeah.
because he never did.
Right.
Alzen kind of he like he furrows his eyebrows. He furrows his eyebrows and looks down and like tries to see if he could pick the rat up.
It lets you pick it up.
So he holds it, which is it like a big rat?
It's, tip to tail, like a foot long.
Yeah, so it's like pretty big. It's like it's Elzen's not very big either. It's like a third of the size of Elzen. Um,
It'd be like holding a cat.
yeah. So
Probably.
he's like holding it and like kind of
Well, I
rut
mean,
kind of
like a third of that is tail, so it's
Yeah.
like 8 inches in body size.
but he
So,
he pets
like
it
in
and
New
he's like
York,
kind of
living in New York, I saw a lot of rats. So I think of that as like a normal rat.
but he kind of strokes it and pets it and he's kind of inspecting it. Um
Don't give it a name. It's going to be a lot harder to eat.
I do not know if we want to eat this. And what are you, little buddy? You're muted, Kurt.
From what you can see, it doesn't look unusual at all, except for the leather cord tied around its neck.
Does the leather cord around its neck, does it have like a does it look like something I can untie?
Yes.
So he's gonna untie it.
So
Full grown adult on your body.
you remove the. It's not hard to untie the knot. It's not tied even very securely. But as you sort of pick it open, the rat jumps off of you and scurries off for the shadows. You notice though that the leather cord, the leather band, immediately begins to sort of widen and grow, and you notice that there's writing on one side of it. Once it's clearly magical in some way, but there's writing on it that initially you can't read, but it starts to become clear as you stare at it.
Does everybody else see this?
They see it grow. They can't see the writing. If you show them the writing, though, they'll also be able to read it after a minute.
Not Pebble.
Right, except for Pebble. That's true. I hadn't thought about that when the rat approached you. You wouldn't have been able to read the rat's note anyway.
I know. That's I did think of that. Like if it has a note, I'm gonna have to read it, or any one of us that's there. Yeah, anyone else? What's it say?
Should we say there are four more in the room beyond.
Is
Yeah,
everybody able to see the note? Like on roll 20?
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Elzen would like as long as any of the guards wouldn't see this, like he would wait till the guards would be able to also read this and to show it to the others who are in the cells like across.
The
You
guards
can. We have
seem
our communication, our whisper as
right. The
well.
guards seem bored, and they're not really like they can see the cell doors. They can see all of you unless you get like right behind the cell door. Um, but they just don't seem all that interested in what you're doing. Like they're not trying to prevent you from talking. They noticed the rat because that was slightly unusual, and one of them looked a little disgusted when you picked up the rat. But otherwise, they occasionally chit chat among themselves, but mostly just stand their post,
Okay.
looking a bit sleepy.
So yeah, I mean maybe Elzen would have like gone into the corner with it and like whispered it such that it could then be transmitted through the crystals.
Yeah, they wouldn't have noticed that.
So what are we gonna do now?
Ah, Pebble. If this if this is true, do not tell them any more information.
We're gonna.
What information?
He can't read it.
Well, he like Elzen is he's whispered it the
Oh, yeah.
contents such that everyone can hear it through the crystals, so he doesn't have to read it. Just don't say anything.
Okay.
These are not our friends, and they do not understand, and they're not going to understand.
So, what does everyone intend to do now that the contents of the note have been communicated?
Start trying to see if we can find a way to subdue these people and get out. I don't know what we. How are those cells arranged again?
They're right now. Actually, I can show you the layout, but they're right next to each other. Like there's an adjoining wall of bars between your cell and Elzen's cell.
Hmm. Did they take? I guess they took Lomoleil off my head. Huh?
Yeah, they would have taken that too.
So this is the guard. This is a guard.
Yeah, you could
So
see. Three human guards currently watching you.
Hmm. Would would Elzen know? So Elzen can cast sleep. Would he know if have a sense of like the constitution and the hardiness of these guards that like whether or not sleep would be able to subdue all three of them?
You can make me an insight check. Um, so that's good enough that you think it might subdue all three of them. But it might not. There's a pretty good chance that it wouldn't catch all three. You notice that this guy is standing next to a lever that seems like it's attached to a bell, a fairly large bell in the rafters above. And probably that's there as some sort of alarm.
Okay.
What's the ceiling like? Like, how far up do these bars go and everything?
So the ceilings in the cells where you are not super high. They're about 10 feet high, and the bars go all the way up to the ceiling.
Okay.
But where the guards are, the ceiling goes up quite a bit further. It's about 25 feet up. So what plans are people making?
Hmm.
I will point out the note did say to make a distraction.
Subdue the guards.
Well, it says subdue the guards.
There are four more in the room beyond.
Okay. So is it subdue the guards and then the doors will open, or the doors will open, then subdue the guards?
The note says what it says. It's not
It,
clear what the
it
order
says
was, but it does say the cell doors will open shortly. Help me out by distracting the guards. Then they will be sprung.
the cell doors, he says. Gotcha.
So I
Um,
guess Alzen would be preparing sleep. So his locket is also a spellcasting focus. So even though they've taken Hysterious Angus, he still can cast spells. Um,
It's like Grima Wormtongue. I told you to take the wizard's staff.
so I guess he would be readying sleep would be the best. And if like this for when the doors open, just kind of particularly casting it on the one by the bell and then
So
trying to
the
hit one of the other ones.
right, you would have with your insight check, you feel really confident that if you cast sleep and it only caught that one guard by the bell, it would work. Um, if you catch two, maybe it would work. If you go for all three, probably it wouldn't work on any of them.
Gotcha. So I think he would focus on the one by the bell and then maybe hope that the others could maybe try to get the ones in front and intercept before they get to the bell. And I mean, he would say he might whisper that. Um,
Something that Pebble can do, he can control fire. So if those torches are like real fire torches, he
These
could.
are these are cold fire, just continual light.
mm, so they would not be affected by control flames.
No.
Hmm. What if so they're not really paying attention? I could use produce flame to create a small flame, and then you then use control flames to kind of make it run around.
Yeah, you could do that. I was just thinking you also have these bales of hay you're supposed to sleep on. You could just light them all on fire.
That would certainly be a distraction.
But yeah,
Um,
you could.
Who's to say it won't happen on accident?
I would say you could use produce flame and then control the flame separately. Like you can carry it around in your hand. So I don't I believe control flames
Oh,
would let you control magical fire.
didn't mean to cast that. I was trying to open it.
because so I have two ideas in terms of things that Pebble could do. He create a distraction with fire, whether that means burning things and at a greater degree, or just like creating a flaming a little flaming dragon guy that has like rainbow flames and is kind of flying around through the air. Uh, the other thing they do is maybe use his Ray of Frost ability through his hands and like kind of grab onto the bars and just try to freeze them to the point where they'd be more brittle and could potentially break.
I would say I would ordinarily I would say you're probably not going to freeze steel to the point where it would break, but with an action point, sure.
Yeah, I'd be fine spending an action point on that. So, I mean, what do you guys think?
I
I,
mean, I kind of imagine Pebble like if the door opens, him just sliding through on his belly and like knocking over the other two like bowling pins. Like that feels like the Pebble thing to do, character wise. But yeah, freezing the bars also works.
Well, so maybe the thing to do is because there's that one guard by that bell thing. So Pebble creates a distraction with the fire so that they're both looking, so that the guards are looking away from. So this is the guy by the bell.
No,
No,
it's over
the
This
here.
is
guy
the guy
over
by
near
the bell.
Elzen. Yeah,
Okay, so then he can create the fire so it comes over here, so everybody's looking over here at it, and then when this guy goes to sleep, maybe they don't see it.
Yeah, that would be good.
But then we still have to find a way of getting out.
well, the hope is that when the distraction starts, the cell's open, and then we go out there and do the subduing part of it.
Yeah, but it says subdue the guards.
Yeah, subdue the guards. Not to kill them.
Yeah, but also distract them is not subdue them.
Uh-huh.
Who is Sabius Vereen?
um, you don't know.
Okay, we've never heard that name. Okay.
No, we were just given a name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some anonymous benefactor is going to help us out.
Right. I actually,
Okay.
I'm tempted
That
to
sounds kind of
clarify some.
sketchy.
I'm tempted to clarify something, but it makes sense to me that Pebble especially would be confused. So, so I won't.
Um, what about this? Okay, I have an idea. So I spend an action point freezing the bars, and maybe I talk to the guards while I'm doing it, and then after that, um, Elzen prepares his sleep spell. I use the distraction with the fire, and then once that all goes off, Lee and Thaldarin, you then break the bars.
Assuming we get that frozen enough, I feel like we got to break through pretty quickly.
I mean,
I
I
don't know
am
how
planning
long it'll be
action
brittle
point.
enough for us to be able to potentially break through the steel, frozen steel.
I mean,
That's
it's
got to be
not going
pretty
to heat
cold.
up quickly. It's not going to heat back up quickly. So I mean, but if I use an action point and Ray of Frost to try and do it, I mean, I have two hands, so I imagine I can get two bars frozen pretty good. So you break those, and now you got 18 inches worth of leeway to get through.
Leeway.
Or
Yeah.
or or hear me out. You freeze where the lock is.
Oh, is the okay, yeah, that makes sense.
See, I was picturing Lee doing like an elaborate Aarakocra mating dance with his like wings extended to distract the guards.
Says peacock.
My concern is that we're going to break out and we're going to escape, and this whatever horrible thing's going to happen is going to happen to Black Pit, and we're going to get blamed for it. Whereas if we just stay here and whatever horrible thing happens, we can't get blamed for it because we're right here.
If we survive, that's not
Well, of
still
course,
doesn't matter.
but
Better we do survive.
well, yeah, I mean, surviving would be important.
Let's focus on that part first. Then we
Well,
try
we're
and
pretty
make
safe
life.
right here, so
I don't think so. And I look over to the guards. Hey, my friend Lee here is going to do a special dance for you.
Do you really say that to the guards?
Yep.
So the two guards over by you look over curiously. Dance.
yeah, dance. I don't think so.
Come on.
One of the
I'm not going
guards
to
looks
lower myself.
disappointed.
Yeah.
I think my people have come a lot longer, a lot farther for us to start degrading ourselves like that. Next thing you know, you're going to want us to, take people on flights, around the lake or something.
Only if you wanted to.
One of the one guard who looked a little disappointed comes over to the bars and he's like, "No, go ahead. If you have some sort of native dance, let's see it.
No, I'm not dancing for you.
There's nothing else to do."
Yeah, there is nothing else to do. I ain't dancing for you.
I could sing a song.
Yeah, you go let Pebble can
You
dance.
guys want to hear a song?
Sure.
I don't think we have a choice.
So Pebble will walk over to the bars and make sure that he's holding one bar and has one hand on the lock. And he would use an action point to channel his ray of frost into it. And then he would start singing,
Numble has an orange hat, orange hat, orange hat. Numble has an orange hat. It's tall and it's a cone. Numble has a long white beard, long white beard, long white beard. Numble has a long white beard that goes right to his toes.
And
Numble
as
has
as
no
you
feet.
sing, you hear there is a very subtle click and the door starts to open slightly. The door to your cell, not Elzin's, however,
oh, okay.
as the guards stare at you. I guess you know what? Give me your performance check to see if you've distracted both of the guards.
How enthralling you are.
But you didn't even get to the best part of the song.
If you would like to give us the best part of the song, that would be great.
Yeah. Uh,
Numble has a big old nose, big old nose, big old nose. Numble has a big old nose. It's good for smelling farts. Numble has no hands, no hands, no hands. Numble has no hands. He can't wipe his own butt.
I feel like that gets advantage. You're muted, Kurt.
I'll give you a bonus action point that you can hang on to.
oh, cool.
Yeah, that is more than enough to draw the two guards in, as they both now stand by the bars, looking a little more alert
Who
as the cell door clicks and begins to slowly drift open.
do we see
And
that?
we
How
Yeah, it's very clear once the door starts to open that it is slowly sliding open. The floor must be slightly uneven, but
Uh,
so
I,
we can roll initiative at that point.
I was gonna say I'll just look to Lee and nod.
Let's see.
come on.
Why does it say Pyelius? What the fuck? Go away. Yeah.
I see Thaldarin on my list. Although
Yeah.
when I whisper to you, I still have to whisper to Paelius. Did you change your name
Oh, I
normally?
didn't. I didn't hear.
So Lee, you get to go first.
There we go.
Uh, hmm. Yeah. Okay. So the door is
That's
like
right.
moving open.
Yes.
So you'll be like, yeah, you guys got the worst locks in here. And I point to the door opening, and at so if he starts to come close to it, I'm going to kick it and use it and smash him in the face with it.
Okay. So you're
Uh,
readying that action.
yeah, yeah, and I would bonus. I don't know. I guess technically you can't do a bonus action.
I mean, you could use your bonus action now.
Okay, I'm going to rage
Okay.
because I need, and then that would give me a D8 roll to find out what's going to happen. So maybe that will help. If I can find the friggin' chart. But since my rage isn't some sort of frenzied berserker type thing, let me just roll D8. Tell me something good. Okay.
Do we see what happens?
Um, well, I guess I would ask if it can happen when I do my action.
Uh, oof. So
It
whisper to
said a
me what it
lightning
is.
bolt shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded.
I
Radiant.
will. So there is a chance you don't get to take your action, because they might not walk over to the door. Seems unlikely. But yeah, okay.
Okay.
I will let you hold on to that until your action comes off.
Okay. All right, cool.
So
Imagine Lee
Pebble,
just like he's raging. He's like, "Ugh." It's just like
I
just
have
shoots
focus. There's a
lightning
lot of
out of his
static. There's a
chest.
lot of static electricity going on.
yeah, he shuffles his feet along the floor
Yep.
on the way over.
Yep.
Doing the little Peter. That's how he goes rage this time. He did the dance. He did the dance.
Yeah.
So Pebble's turn.
Um, so did Lee strike the guy?
No, the guy
No.
hasn't moved over to close the door again. But he's holding his action so that if the guy comes to the door, he's going to smack him with the door.
Oh. Uh I'll delay my action until after Lee's action resolves.
Okay. So Thaldarin.
Just look back to Elzen right quick. Now, to sleep. um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run over here. I guess before I do that, these bars. Can I reach through them?
Yeah, they're like 6 inches between the bars, so you can reach through.
So
Unless you're
I'll
just so swole.
no. um, So I'm gonna run dart over here and then attempt to grab this guy through the bars.
Okay, give me a grapple check.
Let
Athletics.
me go.
Hold on a second. It's not opening up their character sheet. Why is that? There we go. So you successfully grapple him.
Sweet. Um, let's see. Can I really do anything else? It's pretty much an action there. I don't think it's worth that. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try and just hold him up against the bars as best I can.
Okay, so you have him, and it's Elzen's turn.
So Elzen steps forward and he's gonna cast sleep. So
Okay.
cast. So I'll roll 5d8.
So who are you hitting or trying to hit?
It's gonna hit the one by the bell.
So just him alone?
Yeah. 24.
So you could see he has noticed that the door of the cell has opened and is looking in that direction, but suddenly begins to blink and then slides down to the floor asleep.
Cool. And this door is not open.
Your cell door is not open.
All right. So what Elzen's gonna do is go to the corner here and he takes off his necklace and places it on the other side of the bars through the bars. And then he's going to use his bonus action. Uh, use his bonus action to disappear into the necklace.
Amazing.
All right.
That was I took Pact of the Vessel for the
Right.
third level. So I should be able to then next turn use my bonus action to reappear in an unoccupied space on the other side of the bars.
Okay. So you appear outside the cell. Anything else you're doing?
Uh, oh, actually, I think it's an action. Okay, I read that wrong. It's an action to disappear. It's a bonus action to leave. So I can't do that this session. Or I can't do that this turn. So that'll just be it.
Okay.
Getting ready.
So that guard is asleep. Both of these guards are still awake. This one is going to sort of move over to try to push the door closed. Lee, are you going to try to stop him? You
Yeah,
get
I'm
the
gonna.
sense, yeah, you get the sense that if he can win this contested check, the door probably will automatically lock again.
Right. Well, but yeah, my goal is
So,
to kick it and try to do damage, but if I at least keep it open. So.
so we'll do this in two steps. First, to see who has control of the door, which is just going to be opposed strength checks. And then if you win that, you can smack him in the face with the door.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Thing you get
Okay.
advantage on that. Oof.
So yeah, you definitely win. So this is technically an improvised weapon that I will say does like club damage as you
Right.
try to bang him in the head with the door. So it's
Okay.
1d6 plus your strength will be the damage, but you have disadvantage on the attack roll because it's
Okay.
improvised.
Okay. So
You could attack recklessly.
That's true. You could attack recklessly.
uh it would just be a straight up D20 roll.
Yeah,
Plus what?
it would
Plus
negate the
what?
disadvantage.
Okay, I'll attack recklessly, sure.
Plus your strength.
Okay. Well, it's 12 plus one.
That is enough to hit. They're just in like leather armor and don't seem particularly dexterous.
Okay.
So roll me
D
1d6 plus your strength.
4 damage.
So he stumbles back. He's not knocked out, but he's not so tough that that's not a solid strike on him.
But then he gets to make a con save. What's the friggin' DC? It's 8 plus your prof plus okay. 14. Oh, he might have made that.
He made 14.
Yeah, I don't know what the let's see.
Does he still
Uh
take the damage even if he's not
no,
blinded?
I don't think so. 3 plus a 5. Yeah, DC's 13, so yeah, he made it.
So
Or take no, you don't take anything.
okay. So a small lightning bolt shoots past this guy who, well, I guess it hits him and he just resists it due to his constitution. But he still stumbles back a bit when he gets hit in the forehead with this metal door. And it's the guard's turn. So they both level their spears at you, especially the
Well,
guy.
wait, does Pebble go? Because I was holding my action until
Oh,
after
you're
these
right.
resolved.
You're right. Go ahead.
So Pebble would slide out. Let me slide out. Door's locked.
No, it's not.
Uh, and then he'd start punching.
Okay.
So first attack and then a bonus action martial arts attack.
That's a hit. Also a hit. Uh,
Too bad I don't have advantage.
so are you striking to kill?
No.
So actually, on your first attack, this guy passes out.
Oh, okay. So then I'd use my remaining movement and then attack that guy. So
That's also a hit.
Currently grappled too.
So yeah, you knock both of these guys out.
Good work, everybody. That's teamwork. Wait, what's
So
that?
whoever, so I'm just curious how much noise all this made. Whoever has the best stealth check among the four of you can roll because there are people on the other side of those doors across from you.
I got a
Most
+4.
definitely not Elsa.
I get a +3.
Aren't you in heavy armor?
No,
Oh, okay. Oh
Not
yeah,
right
they
they
now.
took your
took us.
armor.
They took everything.
Think he just sleeps in his armor?
Yeah, what kind of crazy person does that?
Uh, I know Lee is dex based, so that he might have a higher stealth. I'm not sure.
I have a +3.
I got a +4.
It'll go up over time.
Your
I'm not
plus
super
four
dexterous.
is the best. Mine's just 2.
Okay. I guarantee I'm gonna roll low. Oh, okay.
So let's see. And everything is silent. You don't believe you made a lot of noise in that fight, and you don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
All right, guys, so what do we do now? Where we go?
Well, we drag them into this cell.
Oh, so they can't follow us. That's a great idea.
Hmm.
So how is it a rope that goes up into the ceiling or something?
The bell, yes.
Do they have a is it does one of these guys have a dagger on him or something?
Well, yeah, we'll say they have a knife. Their main
Okay.
weapon seems to be a spear.
Yeah, how's
So
it connected up at the top, up to the roof, the ceiling?
So little, you have dark vision, so you could see there is a bar that runs across the short length of the ceiling, the 15 feet, uh, and it seems to be hanging from that bar. The rope sort of snakes up the side of the wall and then over across the ceiling down to a mechanism at the top of the bell, so that by essentially pulling this lever up and down, you'll get the bell swinging.
Mm. Be the optimal location, the optimal spot to cut the rope then, so they can't.
hmm
Well, give me a perception check. So yeah, you're not sure. I mean, the switches, you see the switch here, the guy's asleep underneath it. If you cut the rope, essentially higher than he can reach, then he won't be able to ring the bell. You do imagine that if somebody just yanked on the rope, it would also ring the bell. But, the bell's pretty big and heavy. You'd have to hold onto it pretty hard and
how
apply
tall
all your weight to it.
how tall is the room?
When you're out of the cell, inside the cell, it's only 10 feet, but outside of the cell, the ceiling is 25 feet up.
All right, I'm gonna fly up to see if I can find where the rope goes into the ceiling.
So it doesn't go into the ceiling. It is essentially like there's a series of metal hoops that keep it attached and like flat against the wall. But give me
Okay.
a perception check.
Okay.
As you fly up, you notice there are actually two ropes that are connected to the bell, one of which seems to snake through a hole in the wall and goes into the room beyond.
Okay. So I will try to fly up and find where those two ropes come out and use that dagger and cut them.
Okay, you cut both those ropes.
But the one that goes into the other room, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to try to tie it off on one of the hoops if I can. So it looks so for somebody in that room, the rope just wouldn't be falling down in there if
Right.
it's possible.
Good call.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah, so you tie it off so that it doesn't seem like it goes slack on the other side.
Okay.
So we are out of rounds for the moment. You know there are more guards in the other room, but they
Yeah.
don't seem to be aware
Do
of
these
what's
guys
going
have
on here.
shackles?
One of them does. He has two sets of shackles, though you don't see any others in this room.
Let's. I'm gonna take some of those. What are these guys wearing? Any
They're
armor?
wearing
Any
leather
weapons?
armor, and they have spears and apparently daggers, we've decided.
Right. Look, we don't really have time to put our gear on, or put their
No, not
gear on. We just got to get through this door. There are
Um,
four. What's the letter? What did he say? There's four more on the other side,
Yes.
yeah, asleep.
Well, so the note said. You don't know when the
Sure.
note was written.
including two friends of yours.
uh,
Whatever the hell that means.
well, Elzen sees all this going on. And he's just like looking, and he's like, and continues with his plan of taking off the locket and putting it on, and then disappearing into his vessel with her these couch cushions and a cool, comforting place with soft lute music playing in the background. He just takes it in for a moment and then goes back to outside the cell.
Well, I've got this, and as I walk around with the static electricity, I've got this for only a short amount of time, so I'd like to take advantage of it.
And let us hurry. We must collect our things.
We still want.
Yeah.
We're definitely dragging these. Have dragged these people.
Right.
So you move them into the cell.
Yeah.
What about the sleeping guy? What should we do? What should we do with him?
Same. The others are just in a. They're. Let's just knock the guy out. How about that? Let's get him inside.
Well, also, I mean, with him sleeping, he's going to sleep for a minute unless we take an action to actually wake him up. Like the
Yeah.
spell doesn't say that if we touch him or move him, he's going to wake up.
Yeah.
But it does
We don't
say
want
that
him to
you could
yell.
shake them awake. So I think there would be at least a chance that if you're lifting him up and moving him, you could wake him up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I always thought of that as you needed to intentionally try to wake them up.
I,
I don't
I,
remember the exact
I,
spell.
at least I've always thought of it as essentially, that is the normal thing where somebody is intentionally trying to wake them up. But I never imagined that would mean, you could otherwise just shoot them to death and there's no chance they would wake up. So there's
I,
some middle ground there.
I certainly expect him to wake up if we hit him for sure.
That if we hit him hard enough.
Well,
Right.
that's what I mean.
well,
Um, I don't suppose we can. There's no time to write a note for these people.
You don't know how long. I mean, you have a minute
Yeah.
before this guy wakes up.
Yeah.
But how long it's going to be before people discover you're out of your cells, otherwise, you don't know.
Let's you know what? Put the manacles on that guy. Put him his hands behind his back, and we'll gag him so he
Better
can't make
Okay.
noise when he wakes up.
Okay. That I would think you could do without waking him up.
I'm gonna go to the door and test it to see if it's locked.
Doors are not locked.
Do they have keys at all?
No, none of these guys has keys.
Okay. Is this a double door?
It's actually two separate doors.
Okay. Which one we brought in?
So you were brought in actually from a door to the south.
Oh, okay. Can't see it.
What?
Uh, go to
Our
the
roll.
door, give it a listen, see if I can hear anything. They're supposed to be asleep, but who knows if there's.
Give me a perception check. This is with disadvantage because you're listening through a door.
Gotcha. Oh God, yeah.
So you know you don't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing, so obviously they're probably asleep and they're not wearing their armor because who sleeps in their armor?
Mhm. Pebble, we're doing quiet time. When you're ready,
Uh,
Lee.
yep, I'm gonna slowly open the door, try to push it open and move in.
So you open the door. Almost immediately you see you do hear the sounds of people sleeping, especially a dwarf who seems to be snoring heavily. But you also see sitting at a table looking a little bit groggy, looking up from a plate of food in front of him, you see a dwarf who some of you have seen before. He appears to be one of the dwarves from the caravan, apparently demoted for having his whole caravan attacked and forced to do duty down here. But he initially looks up, sort of unconcerned, and then sees Lee's face, and his eyes go wide. And now I'll roll initiative for him. So, Lee, you get to go first.
Okay, so so I guess I'm trying to figure out if this is a look of uh so we're
I
supposed
mean,
to remove the center wardrobe. Okay.
yeah, you can see there is a line of wardrobes along the back wall of this otherwise pretty dark room. I mean, he has dark vision, so he was just gonna the humans need the darkness to sleep. I don't know how dwarves sleep, being able to see in the dark. But he was just eating a plate of food in the dark because dark vision.
Uh
You also see there are four beds along the sides of the wall, three of which are currently occupied.
okay. I am going to put my mouth up, put my finger up to my mouth and like shh, quiet. And see if I can fly to the other end of the room.
So, uh, make me it's your choice. You can do perception or intimidation because you could see he clearly recognizes the Arakakra he fought previously.
Perception, I'll use that. Is that what you said? Perception,
Did you
right?
mean
No, sorry,
persuasion?
persuasion or
Oh,
intimidation.
okay. Um, oh, better.
Hey,
Nice.
Um, So he sits back down, but you can see he is gripping his pike
Right.
and considering what his options are here.
Well,
But
clearly
yeah, you're,
it's go back to sleep or get his ass kicked again.
but can
Um,
he be demoted further?
I'll start walking through because we got to get through here, right?
Apparently, yes.
Um, so he, I suppose, how does he feel whenever he sees me? Then
Um, so this is one of the guys you knocked out.
got it.
So he looks disturbed when he sees you. Actually, I don't know how recognizable you would be without your helmet on, actually.
He still can't see
Oh,
my
that's
face,
right.
most of my
Right,
face. So,
right. But he might not recognize that you're some other person whose face he can't see, as opposed to the guy in the dragon-esque helmet.
but my luxurious locks,
That's true. Can you see your luxurious locks when you're wearing your helmet?
absolutely.
Okay, then maybe there's a glimmer of recognition. He definitely recognizes Lee.
Alder like Aylmer. He's just got like this beautiful hair that is just like comes out of the helmet like
Yeah, it's great.
without helmet hair.
So I come through. Uh, he does. He's like, I guess maybe he seems perhaps a bit shocked.
Right.
Um, where's Lee going right now?
Over to the line of wardrobes.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. I guess are we in initiative? I guess I
Not really, like the fight hasn't started.
okay.
If it starts, we have the initiative order, but right now he Lee has convinced this guy not to take an action.
Okay.
Though you could see the wheels are spinning in his head about what to do about this situation. He doesn't necessarily want to get his ass kicked, but he also remembers they did knock Thaldarin out. Like it wasn't an entirely one-sided fight.
I,
If it wasn't for
to
that damn
be
pebble throwing people off the bridge,
to be fair,
that's when it
the
turned.
it the dice gods decided that fight was going that way.
Well, best way to get the action economy on our side is to get rid of their actions.
Yeah. Um, seeing his conflict, Thaldarin will quietly sit down next to him and look at him.
Um, so once again,
Unthreatening. I
right.
as
So if you
unthreatening as I could possibly be.
since we've established he does sort of recognize you, make me a persuasion check to see how alarming he sees this as being. So he allows you to sit down.
Um, I yeah, elbow down on the table. Um, it's very important that we get out. I would appreciate if you not say anything this time.
Why should you be allowed to get out?
I listen, I would recommend you get out too. You might be
This
safe
is
here in this keep, but you might not be. The people outside are not going to be safe.
You guys murdered my friend Durak.
Um,
Why should you be allowed to go free?
if
And
you
what are
think
you
that,
talking about? What do you think is going to happen to us here?
I mean, unless you know something I don't about what's going to happen tonight, which is
Apparently, you
possible.
guys are going to escape, and I'm probably going to be fired.
Again, I would highly recommend you also leave. I cannot
That
stress that enough for you.
that is unlikely to avoid the wrath of the Kundarak family. Once they figure out that I'm alive, they're going to know that I just abandoned my post.
maybe. Uh, Then perhaps hey, you're a strong fighter. The people here might need you.
Need me for what? Like escaping prisoners?
No, no, I don't. We don't need you to do anything. We just, uh, if anything, it'd be great for you to not do certain things, like report us right now.
Pebble will walk up to Falderin and nudge him and say,
Tell him about the monsters.
I, I don't know if he'll believe me about the freaking monsters. Listen, your friend, we did not want him to die. We saved all of the rest of you. We tried saving him. It did not help. It did not work. I cannot apologize more profusely.
And one of the human guards begins to stir.
Tell him it's
This,
cool.
this guy.
This fucking
And
natural 20 bullshit.
they were rolling with disadvantage, but apparently the randomness of roll 20. And the dwarf guard looks over and says, just go back to sleep. And let's see. Oh, he is not super persuasive. And the human guard begins to yell.
God.
This is not a disadvantage. So the other dwarf starts to wake up. And so both of the other two sleeping guards are beginning to wake up as the human guard begins to yell. Now we should go into initiative. So Lee, you get to take an action before they go.
Okay. Excellent question.
The two other sleeping people are not going to really get to go this round. They're just in the process of waking up.
So, are all the guards awake or just
So yeah, they're all now awake. The only this one human guard is going to get to take an action, and maybe this dwarf. The other two are still sort of shaking their sleep off, but they heard him let out a yell.
okay. Well, we cannot have this. So I am raging. So I am going to I guess the bonus action. Yeah. Uh, all right. So the bonus action, I'm going to let loose that lightning bolt and hit that human guard. So he makes a con save.
Okay.
Of course, he passes. And then I'm going to fly over there and attack him with my talons. Yeah, that's really good. Hmm.
So he is
I
he is not currently wearing his armor, but still able to dodge.
I have an action point, and I shall therefore use it because we need to. That's
That's
much
a
better.
hit.
Nice.
So he'll take 6 piercing damage and 2 psychic damage.
Okay.
Oh, I need to move.
I like the idea of Lee like ripping into him with his talons, and it also, while ripping into his skin, is like kind of like scratching his mind, and that's the psychic component of it.
I think the psychic component is this is a giant fucking bird just scratched me, dude. He just lifted up his whole leg and scratched me.
So this dwarf, he is actually going to rise up seeing this. He is going to level his pike, but he's not actually going to attack. Pebble.
I was already in the room because I had nudged Valderin. So let's see. Which ones are awake?
They're
All
all
of them?
All of
awake.
them.
It's just two of them are still haven't really gotten out of bed yet.
And which one is most ready to be a danger? This guy?
Um, so that guy has leveled his pike at Thaldaran. The human guard doesn't seem to be armed at the moment, but it's between those two.
Okay. Yeah. You'd go after that guy then. So and God damn it, Waldo.
I just feel like no pebble.
Stop it. All right. So two attacks. One, two.
Second one hit.
Go. Wait. And that's my turn.
Okay. Thaldaran.
People are darting all around me. I'm like, no, no, pebble, stop, no, damn it.
You did notice, by the way, when the guy readied his pike, he was able to shift it pretty quickly in the direction of Pebble when Pebble charged at him, but he's not able to take an attack. He is well positioned though. He just has a special ability that when you enter his reach, if he's got his pike braced, he gets advantage on attacks with his pike. So next round, he may get advantage against Pebble.
Um, okay, well, bit of a loss. I, I don't want to beat everybody up. Um, Goddamn. Okay. These guys here, they're not like wearing armor or anything, right?
Right.
Do they seem to be like reaching for weapons or anything?
So none of them have really gotten to go yet. The dwarf is officially the sleeping dwarf is officially up, but he has just sort of gotten out of bed. There is a weapon rack right here on the wall.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Um, what kind of weapons we see here?
There are it's actually a variety, but pikes and swords and spears.
Pikes, sword, spears, huh? Um, probably no, probably no
Also,
shields, right?
no, you do see there is armor piled up at the floor in front of it. Probably their armor. And you see there are two heavy crossbows there.
Um, Actually, I think the note said the middle. No, wait. Our stuff is in the wardrobes, so we don't know which ones. Got it. Unless Lee got a chance to look in one of them while we were having that conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, Lee could have looked in one of them. So roll me a D4, Lee. I mean,
One.
so Lee found Pebble stuff in that wardrobe.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll just start running over here to get. Do I have to be in the space to pick it up?
What are you picking up?
I guess a pike.
Yeah, you could pick it up from there.
There's a spear or two-handed. I forget.
Pretty sure a spear is versatile.
Yeah, it's versatile. Okay. And then the pike. That's a heavy two-hander. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I want the spear. For no, wait, sorry. Hold on. Which one do I have? Fuck. Great weapon. No, I want the bike. Yes,
So you
I will
grab a
grab
pike.
I will grab a bike. Um, and then performing uh, non-lethal damage whenever possible here, and just please go back to sleep. Come on, go back to sleep. I'll swing at the dwarf there, I guess.
That's a hit.
Okay.
So you lay into him.
Um, was it a bonus action or anything like that to pick the weapon up, or is it just a free action for that since
Yeah,
it's in
it's
the
just
rack? Okay.
an object interaction.
Then I think I can do the polearm master and swing at the other end at him as well as a bonus action.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a hit.
What did you roll two, Val? Is
So you hit him again with the blunt end.
yes.
Anything else you're doing?
Um it's like just stay down, please. But otherwise, no.
Elzen.
Elzen's gonna cast Blade Ward on himself. So force like a force field kind of uh comes up like comes around him uh that is like barely perceptible. And he walks in, and what he's gonna do is try to make his way to a a
That's weird.
a
I think
wardrobe.
you have I think you have the 2024 version, I'm guessing, of Blade Ward.
Oh, is it
Because
different?
yeah, I think it is. Because yeah. So the 5e version gives you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Ah, okay. I will fix that. Um, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Gotcha. So, can I see any of the wardrobes from here?
Um,
Are they
sure.
are these ones wardrobes?
Yes, they're all of them. It's a line of wardrobes along the wall. Uh, but there's also the only light in here is coming through the door, so you could see these three.
Yeah, he would use his action to run, like to dash to open one of them. And he wouldn't have seen Lee see which one Lee would have picked open, so he might open the same one.
So that you're, which one are you opening? The one right in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, that is not the one Lee opened.
I probably
So
would have left it open.
you also did run into the threat range of this guy who has a pike, just so you're aware. His pike has a reach of 10 feet, so it was hard not to.
Yeah, I mean, Elzen probably wouldn't be aware of that because it's dark and wouldn't be able to see his pike. So he would do it anyway.
So opening up that one, assuming that D4 was your roll,
Yeah.
you find Lee's stuff.
And then Elzen would be like, Lee, got your stuff, as he whispers and communicates through the crystal.
So that would have only been an object interaction. If you want, you can move again and check a second one as like a regular action. Well,
Well,
I guess you cast your spell.
he
I
uses
forgot.
his action to dash.
Right.
Um,
Well, you used your action to cast Blade Ward, I mean.
oh, that's true. Uh, yeah, I would have had to use an action point because he didn't have enough movement to make it all the way here. But if that's the case, and he's got maybe yeah, so he wouldn't have an action left.
Okay.
But yeah,
So anything else you're doing?
no, that's it.
Okay. So this guy is going to disengage and he runs here and grabs his spear. And then he backs up, trying to figure out what he's going to do. The second guy, he sort of, steps out of bed as this is his first turn since waking up. Lee,
All right, the guy that disengaged from me gets to make another con
on
save.
save. He
He
failed
failed
this
that
time.
one. He takes 3 points, 3 radiant damage, and he is blinded.
So it's radiant damage. So
Yeah.
describe how the lightning bolt kills this guy.
So Lee just kind of looks at him and like stares him down, and it's like a long line, like static electricity just kind of like shoots through the room and just it hits him, and he just kind of gets the shakes. You see it shoot through his body, and he just collapses.
Okay, so as this hits him, um, actually, some of you, not Elzen, but you and Pebble have seen someone electrocuted to death in the form of Pyelius. This is a slightly different effect where it hits him and begins to arc around him like lightning, leaving little burns all over his flesh as the arcs continually move in and out of his body. You watch as the eyes roll into the back of his head and he falls over, his spear clattering to the ground.
Uh,
So this, go ahead. Were you doing anything else?
Yeah, I can do my action. That's my bonus action. I'm gonna fly over to this guy and attack him.
Okay.
I will attack recklessly. 17. He takes 4 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Pebbles up, then Thaldrin, then Elzin. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I skipped over the dwarf guards. So the dwarf guard who got up last turn, he's going to reach over and grab a pike. And he hasn't had time to do anything with it, but he is going to take a swing at Thaldrin in front of him. 15 hit without your armor.
You're muted, Tony.
Yeah, no armor, so definitely.
So, but that's his turn. He will reposition himself here. And then this other one who braced his pike when right before Pebble ran up to him. He has 2 targets now that he could use, but Pebble's the one who smacked him around, so he is going to attack Pebble, and he has advantage on this for bracing his pike. So 17, does that hit Pebble? You may be muted, Mike.
Oh, yes, that hits.
Okay. He can't really move without taking, and he's afraid of taking an attack of opportunity. He doesn't know Elzin, but he's going to stay where he is. So now it's Pebble's turn.
All right. Well, that guy did a lot of damage. So Pebble is going to, let's see. Yeah, he's gonna use a Kai point to do flurry of blows. So first attack,
That does
sec
not hit him.
second attack,
That does hit him.
Nice.
and third attack.
Also hits.
Good damage.
Yeah, not
So
too
yeah,
bad.
he is not looking good, but he is still up.
Okay.
Thaldrin.
Um, yeah, I'll just take a shift here. Um, the yeah, I guess I'll do this. I'm gonna take my bonus action to launch myself. Let me see here. Should get me here. Yes, 15 feet. Basically, Jesus. Launching myself 15 feet towards towards this guy. Basically turn away from this guy, ignoring him entirely, sort of hit a bit of a crouch as my legs sort of tense up, and then I launch
So
myself away from him
I'm
at a
not sure you
rapid
can
speed.
launch. I'm not sure you can launch yourself the full 15 feet because you have to leap over this table. And if you go 15 feet, you only get 1 foot off the ground. I mean, you do have a pike, so if you landed on the table, I think you could still hit the guy.
Oh,
So
that's true. Yeah. It does
probably
have
you
reach.
should leap 10 feet and 5 feet up to get onto
Yeah.
the table and use the reach of your weapon to attack him.
I suppose that makes sense. Um, yeah, legs sort of tense up as I go to launch myself. Um, too fast for this dwarf to get an attack on me. Um, using the momentum to do some amount of extra damage. D8, yeah, D8 of extra damage once it gets there. If I hit, sorry, friend, and swing the pike at him. I guess. Yeah, yeah. Is he
That does
armored?
not, yes, he's wearing his armor. He's the only one armored.
You know what? I'll use an action point. Um, here apparently. Yeah, use an action point to just do it again.
That hits.
Perfect. Um,
And your D8?
yeah, D8 here. Nice. Non-lethal.
Right.
Wherever
He
possible.
is he is still up, but he
Yeah.
doesn't look very far away from falling. Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, so I just launch myself at him. Sorry, friend, and I smack him. I'm sure he looks rough. I'm like, this will make it look believable. Let's sort of like say it quietly to him. Um, but then that's it for me.
Okay, Elzen's up, then the guards, then Lee again. The human guards. The human guard singular, I guess. Elzen.
Elzen's gonna go to the next uh wardrobe and open it up.
So with surprising quickness, so really it's just a D2 at this point. So this time you do find your own stuff, but as you move with surprising quickness, the guard, even though you're still technically within his reach, is able to use the pike to take an opportunity attack against you when you move 10 feet away from him.
I'm still
So,
within 10 feet of him.
right, this is one of their pike abilities. If you move away from him while his pike is braced, he can take an opportunity attack. Or
Oh, I
this
see.
isn't with advantage, however, like he could do to somebody moving into his range. But so 21 and 3 piercing damage.
Yeah,
Well,
that
you got
hits.
resistance to it now or something?
Yeah, so
I
it's
do.
1 piercing damage.
And he opens he's like that comes out, he grabs his staff, and then this pike comes at him and deflects off of this force field that kind of is surrounding him, just grazing his skin. And Elzen will, he's like, you wish you never did that, and just tries to club him with it, with his all -2 strength. But darn it, he's gonna do it. Of course, I don't have a club.
Why would you?
Yeah, but I will use a dagger because it would be close enough.
So that doesn't hit. Clinks off of his chainmail. Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, that'll be it.
So the remaining human guard is going to step around to here and picks up the spear of his fallen buddy. and he is going to use it to attack Lee. All right,
Definitely
then
hit.
roll damage. I guess it's not set to roll damage for some reason. Change that in a second. So, but that's his turn. He's not moving away. And it's Lee's turn,
All right.
then the dwarves, and then Pebble.
Make a con save.
Damn it. It disconnected him from his character sheet for some reason.
Oh no.
Yeah. So to find it again. There we go.
Okay. He'll take 4 radiant damage.
Okay.
Still up.
Yep.
Talon attack. He's blinded. Do I get advantage on the attack?
Yes, you do.
Okay. And he takes
That is
6 more.
uh are you striking lethally or
Hell no.
non-lethally? So he is
Lethally, of
dead.
course, yeah.
That makes more sense anyway, since you were tearing into the flesh of the other
Right,
guy
yeah, it's a
not
talon
long
attack. I
ago.
mean, it's yeah.
Non-lethal tearing of the flesh. So he is down.
Might pull through, sir.
Anything else you're doing?
Um, shit. And that dude's got his pike out, right?
Both of the dwarves have pikes now. One is armored, one isn't. Although the armored guy looks like he's in worse shape.
Okay, cool. Um, so the guy that Thaldern was fighting had his pike out, right? He was
So Thaldrin has attacked both of them, but both of them have pikes.
right, right. So I mean, he's ready to fight. Yeah.
Right.
Ah, shit. I don't really want to. I'm just gonna move up here. Start staring him down.
Okay. So this dwarf here, who looks like he's doing a little bit better than the armored dwarf, uh, he is going to brace his pike and come forward to here. And he doesn't get advantage on this, but he's going to attack Lee, who just killed two of the other guards. It's probably, well, that's true. You're not wearing armor,
I'm not wearing armor.
but you
That's
do
fine.
have your
Dex.
barbarian armor class bonus.
Yeah.
8 plus Dex, 10 plus proficiency.
It's 10 plus dex plus, or is it 8? I
Oh,
don't
it is?
remember anymore.
Well, it says
Normally
8.
10.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Is it normally
10.
10?
is it mine? Is it my version?
I'm guessing it's your version.
My version is 8 plus proficiency plus constitution.
Either con or Dex. Okay, gotcha. So Yeah, it's shit. Math, kids, it's important. 10 plus dex 3, 13.
Okay. So he misses, and that's his turn.
Okay.
So this,
All right.
the armored dwarf who had his, well, yeah, he's going to drop his pike and he drops to his knees, begging for you not to kill him, having seen the other two guards get killed. And that's his turn. Pebbles up, then Falder, and then Elzin.
The guy in front of me dropped to his knees.
Yes.
Did he drop his pike?
Yeah, he's dropped his pike.
Okay. Is this guy still up?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
And
his
he's still
pike is
looking for a
braced.
fight?
Yep.
Okay. I will go to attack him. Um, he has an ability where I'll draw an attack of opportunity if I enter his reach.
It does not work exactly like that. It's just that he can take an attack of opportunity whenever anybody moves away from him, even
Okay.
if they remain within his reach. So
Okay.
that allowed when Elzin moved from 5 feet to 10 feet away from him, he was allowed to take his attack of opportunity. He does have an ability where he has his pike braced, so that if you move into his threat range, then his next attack against you has advantage.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hit him with an unarmed strike.
That's a hit.
He's still up.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna hit him with a bonus action unarmed strike.
Also a hit. And he's still up.
And I'll spend a Kai point to do a flurry.
That's a hit. And he's still up, but not looking very good.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Thaldarin, then Elzin, then Lee.
Um, guy went down. I turned to this one. Does he look familiar? Was he another?
Yes, he's another one of the guards from the caravan attack. Not the two who got into the rowboat, though. He's one of the ones who was knocked out.
Right. Okay. I quick quick look at him, quick exchange, like, I you gonna put it down? Pike at the ready. You gonna put that down?
Make me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Oh my god, come on. These keep things I'm fair at. I can't roll above a 10. I don't know.
He does not look like he's ready to give up yet.
Okay. I strike. Whop. Probably gonna
That's a
hit.
hit. Not good.
Non-lethal.
Right. So he's not down, but he's looking rough.
I'll just take a step forward. So I'm pretty sure this is only 5 feet to whack him with the other end.
Also a hit. So he is barely hanging on. But
I'd
he
recommend you
hasn't
put
fallen.
just look at him again. I highly recommend you put that down. He's on a bit of a tear right now, and I just sort of nod over to Lee. But that's it for me.
All right. Elzin and then Lee.
Did we leave the door to the jail cell open?
So far as I know.
You're the
Okay.
last one through.
Well, I came through the closed.
Yeah, he wasn't
Like,
in that cell with
I
you.
wasn't in that cell, and that door was locked.
Oh, no, you mean this one over here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, why wouldn't we have closed it? I just didn't pay attention to
If,
actually being able to adjust that.
right. If you want to say you Thaldering closed it, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made sense if we stuffed them in there to close it.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly,
I mean, so
the
it is
idea would
now
have been to also take their weapons away from them and put them like over on the ground over here so that they didn't have
right.
those either.
That's fine. So the only reason why was of two minds on this is the door cell is closed. You don't have the keys. You've seen where they are if they're down here, and now you don't have any cell to stuff these two dwarves in if one or both of them survive. But you closed the jail cell to lock those other two guys in.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to
So
kill this other guy, so
I wasn't sure. Well, one of the doors has surrendered. He thinks he might survive.
yeah.
Well, yeah. So that was why I asked the question. Uh,
Lee learned his lesson leaving these guys alive last time.
Elzen's going to use his awakened mind ability and use his bonus action to form a telepathic bond with the dwarf that is surrendering. And he's speaking to him telepathically. And when he does this, his voice also has this deep rumble, as if it's kind of like a two-toned voice where there's like the very deep, like gravelly, kind of like the earth is moving and the earth is speaking with Elzen's voice on top of it. Says, and he says, "Do you have the keys to the cells?"
Just reading. I assume he can respond.
Yeah, it's telepathic bond between the two.
Yeah.
I guess it
So
lasts for 3 minutes or so.
right, he answers you back that no, that they don't have the keys to these cells.
Are you sure, Kent? We've been watching.
I mean, you did notice the dwarves who brought you down here, who later left, one of them did have keys. But that dwarf used his keys and he still had the key ring on him when he left.
Here is what you will do. You will run over to the bed, cover yourself with the blood of one of your fallen comrades, and pretend that you have been overpowered and knocked out.
Okay, whatever you say. I mean, he is pretty bloodied. He did get smacked around.
Oh, okay. I mean, Elzen doesn't really want to. I guess Elzen can't make it to this guy, and he's not going to shoot him with a spell because that will definitely kill him if it hits.
I mean, you could make it here and you'd be within 5 feet of him.
Okay. So yeah, I guess he would try to use just to club him. Again.
That hits.
Still up, huh?
Well, you roll a d6 for the club damage. -1 for your strength, so it's the same.
-2, so I
Mm.
guess it does no damage.
So you hit him. Eh.
Emotional damage.
Take that. Ow, my feelings.
there's more therapy where that came from.
Anything
That'll be
else
it.
you're doing?
No, that'll be it.
So the guard Elsa or that Lee brought down last time, you see him gurgling as he grips his neck as he bleeds out, and he's finally still. And then it's Lee's turn again.
All right. That dwarf there can make a con save.
Shit.
There we go. I think that just makes it.
Yeah, just made it. Um, he's surrounded, but he has his pike. He's doing his pike thing, right?
Yep.
Shit. I'm going to fly over to the door because the door is open, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, we left the door open. So I'm going to fly over to the door.
Okay.
I
Anything
am
else?
going to close the door.
Okay.
And if I have enough, if that's an object interaction, if I can reach over to the weapons rack and grab just a random weapon and jam it in the like the bottom or try to wedge the door closed, that's what I would attempt to do. I don't know if I have enough action to do that.
So you can, I mean, closing the door is technically an object interaction, so you have to use your
Right.
action to take a weapon. You also notice there is a second door
Right,
right next to
right.
it.
Yeah, I
So,
just get the open one first. I mean, the
right.
other.
So, he would have to move through your square, which he can't normally do. So he can't get through that door while you're there.
Right.
So anything else you're doing?
No, that's it.
Uh, he is going to disengage, and he will run to the other door and open it. That's his object interaction. So that would actually be 5.
Elzen, sleep.
Uh, he sees the two unconscious guards and then the one sleeping guard, and he lets out a scream.
Time to go.
But that's his turn.
Get your stuff. We have our way out.
Pebble.
Well, if he screams, like, do we suspect that others will hear? Because
This is
didn't the other guy scream?
the other guy did scream, and so far as you know, nothing happened. You had to come down a couple flights of stairs. You gather this is relatively deep under the keep. You don't know that his scream is actually going to carry to anybody who would care. And from where you are, you can't necessarily see what he does. Well, Lee could. Lee, you notice really he ran out and ran over to the lever, but yanking on the lever, well, he can't, he's thinking about yanking on the lever, but he used his object interaction. Even if he does, he's going to find most that's going to happen is the rope is going to fall and hit him in the head, which at this point might kill him.
The rope falling on his head would kill him?
He's pretty beaten up, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
rope's
so
10
it's
pounds,
basically a Home Alone moment
Right.
with the iron on his head.
Right. He is just not aware that you've cut the rope to the bell, so he is trying to ring the bell. His shrieks seem to be he just seemed to be horrified that he thinks you killed everybody out here.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna go and finish the job and just knock him out. And then
That's a hit, and almost impossible not to take out his last two hit points. So, uh, you knock him out.
All right. All right. You wake up with a headache, but you'll be okay.
And this last remaining dwarf runs over and is just rolling around in the blood of his comrade, and then goes and gets into bed.
What did he do that for? What are you doing that for?
That's what I was told to do. Don't
By
kill me.
who?
Biting your halfling.
We're
It's all
not gonna,
telepathic,
I'm
so I
not gonna
don't.
kill you. Wait a minute. Then Pebble notices all of the bodies. What? Why? Why? What happened?
Lack of restraint. I go trying to find my stuff.
So yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
able to find your stuff.
I'm gonna wedge the other door closed, so both doors will, take a little bit of effort to get them off.
So you use the pikes and spears to wedge the doors closed.
All right, and get my gear.
Pebble will get his.
I'll
Well, the question is, I guess for
I
me,
gotta move.
it's a bunch of crap in a backpack and like the shield that goes on my wrist. But for Thaldrin, it's his armor, and that's going to take a minute to put on.
What kind of armor do you have?
Chainmail. So it's
So
heavy
have,
armor. It would take 10 minutes. So I'm not putting that on. I'm just it. I imagine they would have had to sort of wrap it up to be able to store it or whatever. So I just fucking grab the bundle
okay.
and throw it on my back along with the backpack. Put put little Molly on.
I say, hey, I yell over to the dwarf who is in the bed covered in blood. You want to join us? Here's your shot.
Uh, no thanks.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll tell them I got knocked out too.
All right. And try your best to protect the people here whenever you can. It might be tough for everyone here. Start like shifting this cabinet out of the way because it was the middle one, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what
Yeah,
it said.
it's the middle one.
So as you start to move it, you realize that this particular cabinet slides out pretty easily, like almost like it's on wheels. And so it moves pretty readily right out of the way. Behind it, you see a blank wall. There are various stones like in the wall. It appears to be made of some sort of concrete, although the rocks in the wall are pretty big. It doesn't appear to be the sort of natural stone you might expect, but you don't see anything obvious.
Alzen's
You could
expecting to
give me
see
an
a
investigation
latch.
check.
Yeah,
I was
we're
yeah,
looking for a latch, so I think we'd
I
all be
figured
checking for it.
I was just gonna poke it with my weapon.
So Elzin, you start looking at it, and as you feel along the wall, you realize that one of the stones is loose. And as you start manipulating that stone, you realize it pushes inward, and you hear a click, and suddenly you see on the southern wall, uh, it begins to open. There's a hatch hidden in the wall expertly that seems to open into a separate passage.
Down here.
Yes.
Come on, let's get in.
It's, uh, let's put the the wardrobe back.
Well, let's make sure. Let's see if we can close it from this side. We may need to have our Uh, Friendly dwarf here. Close it for us.
It's just scary purple light in there.
This whole area has been glowing red or purple.
Purple.
Yeah, you notice
Is
it's something about the rock is glowing purple, but it's coming from the face of the stone itself.
hmm,
Well, still, we
it,
should let's at least put let's.
is there a mechanism to close this thing on this side?
Not not that you can see, but the mechanism was hidden on the other side.
Well, not to close it, but to like put the because we moved the dresser out or move the wardrobe out and then push the latch, but to at least put the wardrobe back.
Right. So
Sure.
you could easily slide the wardrobe back. You quickly figure out that if you push the same latch again, this door will close.
Yeah.
But you can easily move the wardrobe back into position.
So, hey, whenever we're all through here, press that latch, close that cabinet, never speak of it ever again.
Sure, I'll do that.
Al's in response, like talk says to him through the bond, good.
Remember, ignorance is bliss. So the less you know, the better. Except in this particular case, just know something very bad is happening tonight. This isn't it. Okay.
Yes, we killed you to save you.
Right.
I I was very actively not trying to kill anybody.
I would say
That should be
all of
apparent.
you, yeah, none of you are 100% sure he's going to actually, once you're like not there to
Right.
kill him, like he might not do. You're not sure he's as trustworthy as he's saying he is.
Uh-huh. I'm just hoping that he sees how honorable we're attempting to be. Anyway,
So with
Get
that,
F out of here.
yeah, you find you're in a very long tunnel. The length of the tunnel glows with this weird purple light. You occasionally do see veins of various ores, and even in some cases, what look like very thin, almost trivially thin lines of what might be dragon shard that seem to be visible within the rock, like black veins running through it. And you travel quite a distance. You're not exactly sure how far you've gone, but several hundred yards at least, until eventually at the end you can see there is a metal door sitting at an angle, almost like a 45-degree angle and facing sort of up. There is a large wheel on the door that appears to be the mechanism by which you unlock it. Turning that, you open it up. The far side of the door appears to be covered in sort of a layer of thin stone, and it opens up on the side of a hill. And as you poke your head out, you realize you are now outside of Black Pit. This seems to be some sort of escape hatch from the keep itself to get people out of Black Pit entirely if there is trouble. You can
any
see it's
signs of people?
still no, but as you reach the end of it, you do hear uh, behind you the sounds of what sound like armored footfalls and the barking of dogs. Outside, you see that there's night all around you. All the ground appears to be wet, which is unusual because it hasn't rained in days, as far as you can tell. But it does seem like everything's muddy, like after a almost torrential rain. It wasn't raining when you came in either. The sky was cloudy, but that was probably just the dust storm. You still see some dust in the air, but a lot of it appears to have cleared up, possibly just because of the rain. Again, there's the sound of boots banging on stone behind you as there's a muddy path in front of you.
Once we get all the way, once we all get on the other side of this door, um, and close it, Elzen would pull from his pack one of the scrolls of arcane lock to lock the door behind us.
Okay.
That'll surprise them using their own lock spell against them.
Yeah, that'll piss the Kundarak off using her scroll.
I knew
So
I knew that would come in handy.
the Badlands stretch out in front of you. Like I said, it's unusually muddy, so you hear your feet sort of squelching in the mud as you move. There does appear to be one path in front of you, but you can travel in any direction essentially.
Are we outside Black Pit?
Yes,
Okay. So the cart and horses are back in Black Pit then.
yes.
At the stables at like the front gate or whatever, right? We might be able to
Yeah.
go get it.
Okay. I will see if I can fly back over that way and see what's going on.
So you can see there are a number of those dwarven pikemen that are just inside the keep's walls, more
Okay.
than when you came in.
Okay.
And
So
you can see
getting to that.
there is a fair bit of activity, like something is going on. You could see them milling about. Some of them even have torches despite their dark vision.
Okay. I will fly back and report. They're all over the place.
Then the town is not good.
What do you mean the town's not good?
I mean, if they are everywhere, then we can't hope to retrieve our cart and horse without being noticed.
Why would we get a cart and horse?
That's right. Why would we? Let's go.
Yeah, we should definitely start hoofing it ourselves.
Yes, I do not know how long that lock will last. We should get as big of a lead as we can.
But
Does it just
aren't
not
we
last
supposed to
forever?
be saving this place?
No, I don't think we
No?
were ever. I don't think we were ever capable of saving it. We were sent here to figure out as much as we could about what it was, why it happened.
Okay. So why does it happen?
We still have speculation.
Then we need to do that.
Perhaps we can head to Garsex. It is far enough outside of town, and no one in their right mind would go there.
But the thing is gonna happen here.
But we can't just wait around to be captured again.
Then we don't get captured. We hide.
How far out is what is it, the Hermit? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
5 miles outside of town.
Does the drone go 5 miles?
I think
I thought it's only got 100-foot range that you could see within.
Okay.
no, I think it could go however far it can make it in the
Oh, in
in
the
its
time,
duration.
10
Yeah.
minutes per charge. Okay. How fast is an African swallow?
So it moves 30 feet around. So that's 30 feet every 6 seconds.
Okay. Well, we could move a couple miles outside of town or something.
But if we
Mile,
have
then
a town, then how do we figure things out and how do we help?
well, that's when I'm going to send the searcher in and observe to see what's going on. Or do you want to find some high ground?
I'm so lost. I don't understand why we don't just stick around. Yeah, we just hide from these people, and then when the stuff happens, then we try to get as many people out as we can.
Yeah, but we don't have a place to hide. We cannot go into town to hide, and there is no place to hide out here.
Yeah, but
What time is it?
Um, so you wouldn't necessarily be exactly sure. It is well after midnight. So it is
I mean,
probably like 3 a.m.
so me, it's supposed to happen soon, isn't it?
Well, it sounds like there's activity right now.
Is that
Well,
us? Are we the actual event?
I don't think so. It was supposed to be actually bite-like, but maybe.
Yeah, they didn't say that. You're not sure why it's called the Night of Long Knives, except that some people died. And there were
Yeah, some
reports
people
of there
died.
being there were some reports of the bite, something like the bite being in the area, but
Yep,
the
that was true
actual
too.
nature of what killed them, you never really found out.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
And as you have this conversation, you see there is a faint blue glow that begins to appear, just hovering in midair. Initially, just a sort of indistinct form, like a mist that's coalescing but glowing faintly. But eventually, you see it takes the form of a pale looking for him and gaunt Pielius, who begins to beckon you along the muddy path in front of you. And it turns and begins to slowly hover off, stopping occasionally to look back at you sadly.
Patty!
And Pebble begins running to catch him.
Whoa. Can't trust a ghost.
I know.
You
Pebble,
see, he points towards a gap between two large standing boulders, and you can see there is a little side path, still muddy, but separate from the main path you were on. And he starts to float in that direction.
Though I am curious.
Elzen would raise his eyebrow and just follow.
All right.
You think you could trust the ghost of your friend?
No, but we don't have a whole lot of options.
They do have dogs, and we need to get as much distance as we can from them before.
Does Pebble catch Peleus?
You can catch up to him. He doesn't seem
Hey,
to be directly responding to you, though.
hey, Patty, how you doing? I thought you died. You look different.
I mean, he just keeps floating at a steady pace. And I assume you're faster than he is, but do you have like enhanced monk speed yet?
Yeah, I got 35 feet.
Right. So you can keep getting in front of him. He keeps sort of floating past you, though, and through you, passing through your body, making you feel, well, I guess for you, actually slightly warmer than normal.
It's like a hug from the inside.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you died. I tried to help. I tried so hard, but we couldn't do it. We didn't get the thing, and then it hurt you, and I'm so sorry. But what are you doing here? Where are you going? Are you feeling okay?
So give me an insight check. You don't know if he's mad at you for what happened or what, but he is not responding to you. He is just sort of dumbly floating forward.
Oh, I get it. Maybe you can't hear me. Yes,
Pebble,
yes,
quiet.
it's Pebble.
We're trying not to get seen or heard.
He's like running ahead of him, creating magic fire. So he does not respond, though. He just continues floating forward, leading you down a path. After you're a fair distance away, I don't necessarily assume Pebble stops trying to talk to him, but he
No, in
continues.
fact, he's gonna sing the new song that he just came up with.
Quietly.
But after a while, so make me a persuasion check or a performance check, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna go performance because it's funner.
Do you have an action point left?
Yeah, he's continuing on, seemingly not even noticing your song. As you move, you see there is a fog begins to move in, not like the bite, just a normal fog, although it is particularly dense and makes it hard to see. After a while of traveling, you do begin to hear the distant sound of dogs behind you. It's not clear. You could make perception checks. It's not clear they're like on your path or on your trail, or it's just they've reached the outer hatch through other means or figured out a way to breach the arcane lock. But you do hear dogs off in the distance as Paelius leads you forward. So, are you doing anything to try to evade anybody who might be pursuing you?
I mean,
How
Like, so yeah, there are a couple things I can imagine. You could try to uh, like essentially like a skill challenge. Each of you could try to contribute to this, but I can imagine somebody might make a stealth check. Uh, Somebody might or make like a survival check to try to sort of conceal the signs of your travel, although the muddy ground could give away your tracks. Uh, you could leave the path that Pyelius is on and see if he follows you and go over uneven terrain. I guess make like an athletics check to make it over off the road, so to speak.
Hmm.
I'm first going
Or
to do this
anything
second
else you
round.
might think of that could throw somebody off.
I mean, with Lee's being a flyer, he can run off in a different direction and then fly back to us to create tracks going in a different way. And Elzen, can't you shape the earth, mold earth?
He can, yeah, that is something he could do. But that would also like leave, like we could use that to obstruct the path if there's like a choke point, like between those
N-
boulders.
No, I mean, mold earth functions somewhat like light earth bending, so you would be able to just erase our footprints.
And it's not quite what he can do. He can raise an outcrop, he can like raise an outcropping of earth, but he can't like,
Oh, you don't have the mold earth cantrip.
no, I don't have mold. That
Oh.
would be, it'd be like a creative use of Eberron's claw. And that's just more of like I can create pillars of stone.
Right. And I
Hmm.
would say that's like how we would flavor a stealth or survival check to cover your tracks.
Okay. I mean, I think Elzen would probably do that um, as a way to contribute to try to throw people off.
So go ahead and make me either a stealth or a survival check.
Well, this is the lesser of two evils. Oh, that was
That's,
pretty.
yeah, that's pretty good. So you're pretty sure you did a good job in covering the path behind you. You know, they do have dogs, so they might try to track by scent. Maybe the wetness would throw that off. Does anybody else want to do anything?
Hmm. I didn't think
I mean,
of.
like Lee, for example, could try to create a false set of tracks. That would probably be another survival check.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I'll let me try that then. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of any ways that I would be able to contribute in this particular context.
What about Thaldarin?
Um, yeah, I mean, maybe we can use that to then uh, start taking a path that is perhaps rockier, so we stop leaving tracks. Maybe I
Right.
can help to navigate across those with an athletics or something.
Sure.
Uh,
So you find a dry patch of rockier terrain. After you start moving in that direction, you see that this spirit of Pyelius looks over at you and adjusts where he's going so that he's now moving in front of you. Is Pebble still interacting with him?
Absolutely.
Okay, give me. So you used a performance check, but give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
So he is continuing to ignore you, although it does seem as though he's perhaps acknowledging you a little more as you continue to attempt to interact with him.
His defenses are wearing down.
But now he's sort of more following you than leading you, as you're not going down that path he was going down before. But you're reasonably confident you're no longer leaving tracks. So even if they started pursuing you, you don't think they would find you. And eventually you do hear the sounds of the dogs become even more distant, almost imperceptible, except to the ones of you who have the keenest ears. Eventually, you see Pielius continues to hear Pebble speaking to him over and over again, and he stops and grabs his head and shakes it and looks down at Pebble. And you see he looks at you and reaches out, and his ghostly hands look like they're trying to find your shoulders. I don't know if you have shoulders.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but his hands almost sort of come to rest on your sides. You don't feel anything, and he's really just sort of hovering them there. But you see his eyes clear slightly as he looks at you, and he opens his mouth as if he's going to say something, and then reaches back and grabs his throat. You begin to see water pouring out of his mouth and pouring out from the corners of his eyes, like he can't talk. and he begins to thrash around, and you watch as his form slowly dissipates into the night air, turning into a mist and then into nothing again.
Oh no. Barry! Barry! Where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Uh, and Pebble, you can make me an insight check. Anybody else can also make an insight check, but with disadvantage because he was looking at Pebble and not at the rest of you. Let me send a message to Elzen. Oops. So, message sent to Elzen. As you continue to walk forward over this terrain, uh, eventually the sound of the dogs are gone for all of you, so you think you've evaded pursuit. You do notice, though, that as you slide down the side of a low ridge, the terrain shifts around you very unnaturally as you see more mist begins to gather and the forms of what look like trees and pillars of rock, different from the terrain you've seen otherwise, begins to form around you. Each trunk of every tree is blackened and dead, and when you try to look and focus on them, the trees almost seem to vanish again into the air around them, almost like they're illusions or specters of trees. The wind begins to whisper around you, and you hear what sound like moans in the distance, although they're very reedy and hollow sounds. You begin to see shadows of yourself in combat, or at least shadows of what clearly are Thalder, Pebble, and Lee. And you realize that the black shapes they're fighting are in exactly the same form as the dwarven pikemen. And you realize what you're seeing are scenes of your attack on the caravan again, because over and over you watch as Pebble acrobatically flips and grabs one of the dwarves, throwing him over the side of the bridge. And the scene when that happens no longer follows Pebble, but instead follows that dwarf as he falls down the side of the ravine into the water below, cracking his skull against a rock as he falls and splashes into the water. You watch the phantom image of this dwarf drown in front of you. The forest seems as though it continues on endlessly as far as you can tell, although the mist around you makes it difficult to see much beyond 60 feet. And that's where we'll wrap it up. Finally, getting to the Halloween part of this content that we will wrap up 2 weeks after Halloween.
All right.
I'll be sure to wear the same shirt just to keep the.
Yeah.
Right.
The folks at home watching this years from now won't know.
Yeah.
Well, in classic fashion, we didn't get in out nearly as fast as he thought we might.
There was a lot more planning than I thought there was going to be.
Got to consider our options.
Right.
Hey, but
I mean, I always underestimate or overestimate how far we'll get in these sessions, so I'm not that surprised. I did think we would get, beyond the introduction, though, of this part.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was the we would. I think it was the second, like the second room of those guards, and if they didn't wake up or we were able to incapacitate them, then we would have been out
yeah.
pretty soon.
Well, the double nat fucking 20 on the perception from the one bastard.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Even though he's asleep, so he's like -5 on it. But like it's like a 22 from what I saw, what I
Yeah.
remember.
So -5 it's a -5 if you were relying on his passive stuff. I actually just rolled it. I
Oh,
probably should have used his passive score and didn't really think about it. So I just rolled it and assumed everybody was at disadvantage. But you are right. Now that you mention it, I probably should have used his passive score, which definitely would have changed that. But oops.
I thought it was fun though. It was a fun
Yeah.
like breakout and how do you do this without drawing too much attention, and we were trying to be stealthy about it. Well, we were trying not to kill them except Lee who just gave up. Uh,
not really gave up. He just didn't try to not kill them.
Right.
Correct.
Oh, and the confusion in the note was totally me. Like I wrote the note expecting that the person who was trying to free you would pop both of the locks, and then you would subdue the guards. But I did write subdue the guards first, which I think led to some confusion.
I read it. It's like subdue the guards and then the doors will open. It's like okay, just like do we the doors open and then we take care of it? Yeah, it was.
Right.
It's
Whoever a friend is, they did not think about that when they wrote that note. They were writing things in order of what they considered importance, not sequence of events.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna meet them. Throw down there like, what the hell is this, man?
so like that rat. Like the message I got was that it was like I was trying to talk to it, and the message is that it couldn't understand me, and that it was an unnatural rat. So that's why he picked it up and was like trying to figure out, well, like was it how is this thing unnatural?
It's a rat. It's not that big. I just see you pick it up. You like pick up his tail. And like, what are you looking at,
Looks natural to me.
That is because familiars are not beasts, they're fey.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense.
but it could understand you though.
Yeah, it understood me. I just couldn't it understood that like I was talking to it, but I when I was speaking to it in rat or what I thought would be rat, it was not like the same language.
I mean, yeah, it definitely could understand you because when you said, bring it over to me, it ran over to you.
Yeah.
Basically, once again, the rat was frustrated with Pebble, and so it's like, I give up on you.
We're gonna have to have a real sit down with Pebble.
It's fun. Thank you for running.
Yeah,
All
fun
right.
time.
All right. I'll see you guys. Well, I'll probably see you at Mike's game if we
Yeah.
play today. All right.
Yep.
I'll talk to you guys
Yeah.
later.
See ya.
See you, everyone.
All right.